Today we are getting ready to go on a trip, so I'm going to run through what I have to do. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel. My name is JD, and today we are getting ready to go on a trip over the weekend. Nothing crazy, be gone for about 4 days, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick rundown of what I have to do to get ready when it comes to my tanks. It's going to be a little bit different of a format today, but if you guys do like it, please go ahead and let me know, and I'll do some more of these in the future. But I have right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tanks up and running, and so there is some maintenance that you need to do to make sure that you are ready to go away for extended period of time. Like I said, it's going to only be about 3 days of non-feeding, but that's not a problem. So the rest of it, though, is going to just be normal maintenance. That all being said, I am going to check all my water in all the tanks, make sure that the parameters are good, and then I'm going to do water changes in the tanks that I do need to do. Today, for me, it's a Thursday, and normally every Friday is my water change day. I don't have to do every tank every Friday, but I do like to get it done. But since I will be flying out in the morning, I figured that I need to check it now, and then the tanks that need a water change, I will go ahead and knock that out. So, that all being said, I'm going to run you through, show you guys my tanks. I don't think I've actually done a whole walkthrough on the tanks that I do have set up, besides the ones that you guys have seen me build out on the channel. And then show you what they look like now, do some algae cleaning them up, getting them ready, and then check the ones and do some water changes. So if you guys want, I hope you go ahead and follow along on the rest of this and see what it requires when you start getting a bunch of tanks. Okay guys, so I am actually starting with my salt tanks. So this is the larger of them, and sorry for the glare, I have my window open. This room's kind of dark without it. But you can see there is some algae growth, normal on the sides, nothing crazy. And I just did check the water parameters, and the water parameters are all good. So I think I'm just going to top this one off and call it good after I do some cleaning real quick. But yeah, that's that tank. All right, here is my other tank. This is the 15-gallon Hello Reef. This is the one that I did set up on the channel. You guys can see, maybe you can see, but there's definitely some algae growth on the sides. Nothing crazy. I have realized that having the blue lights on definitely caused more algae growth, but the blue does look better. So we just suffer through that. I just checked the water parameters on this as well, and the water parameters are great, but this one does evaporate off pretty quick. You can see I made some little acrylic tops, probably gonna change that to glass at some time, but I don't know if you can see back in here, probably not. Well, you can kind of see, typically I have the water up and over the top of the heater right there. And you can see right now it's about an inch lower. So definitely needs a top off on this little tank. I have to do that every other day. So by the time I get back, I'm already anticipating the fact that I'm going to have to top it back off. At some point, I would like to do some auto top offs, especially as I get into the spring, because I do go on longer trips, and I'll be looking into some auto feeders as well to help me out while I'm gone on these week-long trips. But yeah, so this tank, I think all it's going to do is get a good cleaning, get all the algae scraped off. I might turn down the light intensity for while I'm gone, and then do a quick water top off as well. Okay, here are all the water checks. This first row is the larger saltwater tank. You can see all that's pretty good. This would be nitrate, nitrite, ammonia, pH. All really, really good. I have 0 ammonia, 0 nitrite, and maybe about 5 parts of the actual nitrates. And then back here, you can see it's about the same exact in my smaller tank. So overall, we're looking pretty good water quality wise. Got to check the salinity real quick. But besides that, I think salt tanks are good. We'll just do a quick cleanup and we'll get that done right now. All right, so first up, we are going to check the salinity. Sorry, it's a little tight in here, so I gotta just do what I do. But there we go, dip it in, check it. All right, and we are a 1.025, so right on the money. I do have to top this one off. This one usually doesn't evaporate as quick as that little 15, but I'm going to top it off a little bit. I think we're maybe, about 3/4 of an inch low as far as the evaporation point. So remember, whenever you're topping off your salt tanks, which I know if you have a salt tank, you guys probably know, top off with regular RO, right? Because the salinity levels are going to be right. But if you add more salt, then it's going to start going up. So just a little key tip in case you guys didn't know, even though I know you're probably way smarter than me. But yeah, so salinity is good. Next up, dry that off. And we are going to get that algae scraped up. All right, let's see if I can do this with you guys being able to see. For some reason, there is something just satisfying, I guess, about a nice blade and scraping off that algae. There's something just pretty cool about it. I don't know if you guys can see him right here, but my little watchman down in this corner. Oh, gotta show you guys. Hold on. It's one of my faves. Yeah, there it is. Can you see him? I hope so. Anyways, he's so chill. He does not care at all, and just kind of hangs out. They've gotten pretty used to me being in this tank now with my hands or with the blades or whatever I got to do to keep cleaning and taking care of this guy. But yeah, it's pretty cool to see that the fact that they just hang out with you and kind of get used to the normal routines. But yeah, if you guys would, I would love to hear some of your own stories. I know that we don't really all get to talk face to face or anything, but man, the comment section is a great place to kind of share our own stories. And I would really love this to be a place where we can all kind of be a community and share our stories and help each other out. That would be super awesome if this channel kind of becomes that way, because there's nothing better about this hobby than getting to reach out and learn from other people and grow that community in it. But yeah, so all I'm doing, going ahead, just scraping the glass in here, making sure we're good. I'm sure by the time I get back, we will have tons of algae again. But what I might do, you can see the blue lights on in here. I might actually turn this to the natural, because I have found out that if I just have the less blue in the light on, I have way less algae issues. And so I probably will do that while I'm gone, just because I'm not here. Typically, I like to scrape the glass every other day. Oh, I don't know if you can see that one. That was a good chunk that just came off. But yeah, I think to help me out with that, and so I don't come back to a disaster, we'll probably switch the lighting and maybe even turn the timers down a bit to a little bit less light while I am gone. Right now I have it on a, what is it? A 8-hour cycle, I believe. 8 hours on. So yeah, that's what I'm going to probably end up doing. What do you guys do when you leave for a while and you have to worry about your tanks? Do you have people who come in and help you? Or I would love to hear your ways of doing things. And also, like I mentioned, electric feeders, time feeders, if anybody has recommendations, I would truly appreciate it. Okay, that tank looks good. Algae is all scraped. Just gonna add a little bit of RO water and call it good. Okay guys, sorry, it's a little bit dark and the lighting's not the greatest, and to be honest, I'm kind of in a time crunch. I'm just kind of trying to share with you guys. It is actually Christmas Day when I am filming this, and I am flying out in the morning to go surprise my parents. They are in Chattanooga area back in Tennessee. They have no idea that I'm coming home. My mom was super bummed that I wasn't gonna make it back to see them. So I am gonna surprise them tomorrow. I didn't make it today, but I found a cheap ticket and gonna fly out tomorrow. So yeah, I'm kind of in a rush. I just wanted to bring you guys along. It's gonna be a little bit of a different style video. Hope you guys are cool with it. But yeah, I just thought it's fun to share the kind of things we all have to deal with. But right here, I have a bucket of RO. I get most of my water from my local fish shop. They're great people. But yeah, I'm just gonna top this off, make sure we are good. Okay. Didn't take much. And what I do on my tanks, and I don't know if you guys do this, if you do, let me know. I think it's a good hack, but I actually have a line marked with my normal fill levels. So when I do have evaporation, I know how much I need to add back so I don't mess up the salinity. Just something I do. Let me know if you guys do the same. But that is all it took. One mixer cup. And we are good. So let's get the lid back on. Again, I just made these. They're just acrylic. I think I'm going to probably change to the polycarbonate or glass, probably poly though, and they don't tend to warp. This definitely gets a little bit of warping to it. It still does the job just fine. But yeah, I actually, now that I added that, I'm going to probably end up checking salinity once more just because I'm OCD. But I'll let it cycle, let it do its thing. But as far as that, tank is clean. Oh, let's get that little bit of water. That salt tank is done, so let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Okay, salt tank number 2. This is that 15. Like I said, water parameters are great. Go ahead, pop this lid off. Always have a towel down here below me for that kind of stuff. And we just need to go ahead and get it scraped and cleaned up. These little clips, pull them off, makes it a lot easier. I just went ahead and actually 3D printed these. Work out pretty good. So that's pretty good. Got that. Take them off. And just need to get to scraping. Okay, real quick while I'm doing this. This tank actually has started getting a lot more algae growth on the glass lately. I know I'm adding in algae because I have a ton of copepods that I add in because I'm feeding my mandarin goby. And oh man, that lighting is horrible. Sorry. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I have a bunch of that, and then I'm obviously feeding them, so I'm adding algae to the tank. But it really helped me get through that brown algae system issue in the very beginning of most tanks. But I am getting a lot of growth on the glass itself currently. I think my light intensity is too high, so I'm going to probably end up turning that down. And then I am also going to limit the amount of hours while I'm gone because I don't want to come back and have just a bunch of nasty glass, you know. But anyways, just wanted to share that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this finished. Okay, algae all scraped. Man, definitely kind of clouded up everything. That's perfectly fine, but looks way better. I moved the light back a little bit because it was a little bit too far forward. Plus in this chamber back here, I have some algae to help house the copepods. That's kind of what I'm doing with this system. But yeah, fresh water in, fill it back up to normal. Okay. Okay, like I said, I have the little line here to help me out with everything, but this one actually took about 1.5 shakers. Like I said, 15-gallon versus, is that a 24? So almost a 10-gallon difference, and that one barely evaporates off. This one, however, doesn't matter with the lid or not, it evaporates off pretty quick. So I know by the time I get home Monday evening, it's gonna be a little bit low again, probably a full another inch. So just to be expected. But yeah, part of just owning the tanks. I need auto top off systems. I know. That'll come. It's expensive. I'm trying to figure out one of the other ones. If you guys have any suggestions for a little bit cheaper way of doing it, because I have a bunch of tanks, I would really appreciate it, guys. Please, again, comments, let me know. Okay, so next up is my 55-gallon community tank. I haven't put this one on the channel. This is my oldest tank so far. I had this before any, and I really love this tank. I've been learning a lot from it over the time that I've owned it. No CO2, no nothing. This is all just natural plant growth. I've had some issues here and there with stuff dying off because I didn't know what I was doing, but I've really learned a lot on this tank. It's a very established tank and very healthy. All the plants make this thing filter out so well. In the future, I'll probably do a better in-depth dive on this one. But for right now, I just need to check the water parameters, make sure we're good there, clean it. It's a little bit hazy. It could probably go for a water change. I don't think I'm going to do one if the water parameters are good. I might just do one when I get back just to kind of clear up the water a little bit. But really, it's not bad. As you guys can see, yeah, it never really gets that bad. The only algae I really get is a little bit on the glass in these areas from these lights. And I have them turned down pretty good, but up enough that these stem plants in the back can still grow. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead, check the water parameters, go ahead, give it a good scraping. And if the water parameters are good, all I'm going to do is top it off because I do typically keep it right up at the rim. But yeah, let's go ahead and get that knocked out. Okay, water levels are good from left to right. Left would be pH. Mine always runs a little bit high, and but it has been this way for months and months and months and months, and everybody's happy and breeding, so we're good. Next would be ammonia, solid yellow, good. Nitrites, good blue, and I know this is not the best, sorry guys, but the nitrates also good. So all I'm going to do is give this one a good cleaning, glass scraping, and a top off, and we will call it good. Okay, guys, that is 3 tanks down. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to go. Luckily, 3 of them are only 5-gallon tanks. One's only a 16 and one more 55. But that is what we got left. This is going to be good to go. And yeah, it's a lot of work, guys, as you all know. And I have a lot more coming, but I enjoy it and I love sharing it with you guys too. So I hope you guys do like this style video. I know it can kind of be boring, but you know, it is the life of what it is to own a bunch of fish and to have a bunch of tanks and to take care of them all. And it's work, but man, it's enjoyable and just fun to be able to sit back and watch them when you're all done. But yeah, okay, without further ado, let's go ahead and knock out the rest of the tanks. Okay, so next up, I am going to do water test on the 16, the Mbuna 55, and I'm not going to do it on my 3 5s, only because I typically just do water changes on those consistently. They're 5-gallon tanks. I do a water change every 2 weeks and have not had any issues. This one just houses a little pea puffer. This has some smaller Rasboras, some little dwarf cories, and then this one over here is just my shrimp tank. But I'll probably run through it real quick, check them all. We'll check these 2. Might check the others. I really don't think I will. I'm going to just be honest. They're typically really solid, and I did water changes on them not even a week ago. So I know they'll be okay until at least Monday when I get home. But yeah, we'll check this and I'll check this because I also recently just added some more Mbunas to this tank. And as we all know, they require lots of really good filtration and everything. So I just want to make sure there's no random spikes. But yeah, that all being said, let's go ahead and get them all, you know, some water samples real quick and get them tested. Okay, so I tested both. The 16 is good. I might do a quick water change just because it's getting a little bit of tannin still from the wood. I might do it. I need to set up a quarantine tank for a friend's fish that I'm going to be bringing in to try to help. So I might use some of the water out of that to help with the quarantine tank to kind of get that cycle going. I'm going to be grabbing that fish on Monday. So from now it'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 days from now. So yeah, that'll help get that tank cycling, grab some filter media, all that kind of good stuff. Anyways, that was a sidebar, sorry. So, but as far as the Mbuna tank, nitrates were a little bit higher, not a big thing at all. Nitrites were actually okay, but they were a little bit darker on the blue, not into the purple range where you need to start worrying, but darker in the blue. And ammonia and everything else was good. I think I might just do a partial real quick just because it's not that hard to do and to be on the safe side. And there's a little bit of poo and stuff on the sand, so might as well. Not going to hurt me at all to do that. And yeah, so that's the game plan. This might be left alone, might not be. This is definitely going to get done right now. I'm going to go ahead, scrape it, and then start draining it. So if I'm going to be cleaning up the sides, I might as well do that before I start draining. But yeah, that's what I'm about to do. Just an FYI, the reason I'm scraping, there's no algae growth or anything like that, but the hard water actually does start kind of building up. You can't really see it, but I don't know if you guys can see it as I'm scraping. There's a little bit of white stuff starting to float around. That's seriously from the hard water itself. So I'm just going ahead and trying to clean that off as I'm doing this before I do the water change. But yeah, no algae, but hard water. Okay, first things first, gotta unplug all the pumps, the skimmer, the wave maker, all that kind of good stuff. Okay, everything's done. Next in, drainer. Let's get this done. Oh. Okay, got the tank draining. I use this little clamp right here, help siphon it on, and then I actually have the hose running right out my window right there. So yeah, a little sneak peek. This is my office, fish room, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, here it is. Oh, not very big, but this is what I'm working with and doing my best. And just a little sneak peek. 1, 2, 3 empty tanks. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh wait, not just 3. Boom. Got number 4. And I might have another big surprise coming. But yeah. Anyways, just want to give you guys a little peek while this is draining out. I'm gonna go ahead, get it drained, get it filled back up, and move on to the next tank. Okay, probably dropped out about 15, maybe a little more than 15 gallons worth. And now time to just fill up real quick. I don't like to take out too much at once, only because, like I've mentioned, let me drop that, sorry. Like I've mentioned before, I use my well water, and actually the parameters for African cichlids is just insane. But if I drop too much, the water temp going back in might just kind of go way off the wall. So I only do smaller changes on this one because I have no way of heating the water prior. Luckily, it is, even though it's Christmas today, right? Luckily, the weather outside is freaking crazy. We're like in the 80s. So the water's not too cold coming out. It shouldn't make too big of a difference. But in the future, excuse me, what I might need to do is actually end up getting a big 55-gallon trash can, fill it up, and then put a heater in it to let it warm up. I'm going to probably end up having to do that. But today, we're lucky. We're good. Everything should be fine on this. So I'm going to go ahead, just get this topped off and get everything running again. Okay, so the Mbuna tank is done. everything's back on. I do leave the skimmer off while I'm gone because as the water level does drop, as it evaporates, that thing will start sucking and doing weird things. And anyways, it's just kind of a pain. I love having the skimmer. It definitely makes a huge difference. I have a video coming on that one, so watch out for that. But when you're gone for some days and that water level drops, you just can't adjust it like it needs to be done. And typically every day or so, I'm kind of like pushing it down a little bit, doing all those things. Anyways, yeah, so tank is done. I'm going to let it cycle. I will end up checking water parameters again, just because once you do a water change, I know that it can kind of throw off the ammonia spike. I already knew the ammonia was good. Not worried about that. I'll probably give it a few hours and I will go ahead, check my nitrates and nitrites again and make sure we're good in there. Also the pH shouldn't be a problem. Well water's been great for this. It's keeping it right around a 8.2, which is on the higher end, but as long as you're consistent, it's really good for them still. But yeah, temp is 75.2, so it dropped it about 1.5 degrees by doing that water change. Again, that's why I like to keep the water changes kind of smaller. I don't want a bunch of drastic temp changes on these guys, right? It's just not good for them. But yeah, that's not too bad. 1.5 degrees, not a big deal. That should come back up in no time. So they're done. Next tank, 16G. We're gonna knock that out real quick. I don't think it really needs it. Kind of torn. I'm going to probably do a small water change on it just for the heck of it. See if we can clear it up a little bit better. Some of those tannins are kind of bothering me, but water was good. So, but yeah, we'll do that anyways. Let's go ahead and knock that out. Okay, got it drained. It's getting late. All my stuff shuts off at 5 for lights, so I just had to pump these back on real quick. But everybody else is like, all right, it's time for bed, dude. But anyways, man. All right, go ahead and get this filled up and call it pretty much good. And top off some of the small tanks, and that's about all we got to do. So yeah, let's go ahead and knock it out. Okay guys, that is it. Lights back out. It's filled back up though. Water change is done. Mbuna tank, 16 gallon. All the little guys, I'm sorry it's dark, but everybody was ready for bed. They're all topped off. Saltwater tank's done. The only thing that I need to do still is I need to, if you can see down under here, that is where I grow out my plants. And I also have some of my bugs I grow out for my terrarium builds that are coming up. But yeah, I need to go ahead, make sure they're all good. Open it up, give them some air. They'll be good after that. And then, oh man, first thing in the morning before I leave, I'm going to give everyone a little bit of food. Lights will still be out, it'll be dark. I don't know if that's the right thing to do or not. But yeah, I'm still gonna do it because I feel bad leaving them for many, many days without food. Really only, well, Friday, Saturday, Sunday if I don't feed tomorrow. So not that bad. 3 to 4 days is nothing for fish. Anyways, yes, that is where we're at, guys. I know this was a very different kind of video. I just wanted to share with what it really takes to have a bunch of these tanks and do all this kind of stuff, especially if you are planning on going to do anything outside of being at home. So yeah. I hope you guys have enjoyed it though. I'm going to go ahead, finish up a few other things, get ready. And yeah, please, if you have liked it though, go ahead, just let me know down below. And if you would, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.